Yeah, noises. I'm 8 minutes, 7 minutes out now, so the fun will really start soon. Alright, so Discord checks out. Okay, and yep. Oh, I'm more or less ready. Just need my mods to show up if you don't want them Libras. I'm sorry. Okay, can and will do. Mod. That all work out good? Hmm. That's my only concern is loading issues, but hey. Yep. See, check out mod view. Alright. So let's see. So you get that. Paste. Just chatting works, and let's go with Ponies. Nope. Yeah, IRL English work. Okay. Updating. Well, Scorpion FM, you got it. Yeah, Omega came by earlier. I got that taken care of. Okay, that's there. There's that down there. Hmm. Odd, isn't it? Animation. And then, what was that? What was that? I can have fun with this. Yep, just checking everything on my end. Good. And since there's a few people here earlier, including my mods, here's a little hint of a robot that will be appearing whenever I'm talking. Check that out. Ain't it cool? But for now, let's put that away. Alright, 3 minutes. What to do? What to do? I do have a script prepared, so I'm not flying by the seat of my pants all the way. I'm just mostly. If you're talking about the character, yeah, that definitely is complex. But for me, yeah, I'm just doing a lot of layers. Get all the joints popped because stress be a thing. I could work on a better transition than that, but hey, it's gonna have to work for now. Oh boy. Alright. Now let's see if we can find any people. Well, aside from the people that have been here since I started streaming again after testing and making sure everything's fine. Because it's going to get fun. Alright, everything seems good on my end. Alright. So, to pull a phrase from one of the people I follow, let's open our minds to something that we may not have experienced before. Welcome, one and all, to the panel that I basically thought up because I'm a robot and I was like, now, what could I do for a panel? Talk about other robots, of course. So, let's begin with the full introduction. And welcome every creature to the panel about something no one really acknowledges in the fandom. How much people love drawing ponies as robots, or the other way around. For some reason, it's not really seen that. For some reason, people don't think robots would be a thing in Equestria. I mean, look at me. I'm a robot, and I'm part of the fandom, so why not? But now we are going to exclude mostly Equestria girls from this because it's more of a reflection of our universe and how the robots there are more realized. Air quotes on the realized. Because, well, they don't have magic. They're done with circuitry. While here, robots can basically be anything from Hmm, this. Hey, look! I did a preview! But we will get to that in a moment. So, oh, why don't we take a look at some of the design basics around here? Basically, I'm going over structures of ponies. Now, granted, some of these are basically what they should look like as characters, because that's how the artist rendered them. But there is always a little bit of room to speculate. Mhm. And for those that just joining us, I have just my images so we can all look at awesome things. Oop, you want to do that? This right here is something that was made out of craft material, which I find extremely awesome because, well, someone actually took the time to make it IRL. Oh. Now, it's not the whole thing of why it's here and why it's awesome, because, it's just cool. Now, from this, we are going to look at this. This is a solid design for a basic, kind of a pony, but you can see the robotic influences given the lights under the eyes and on the chest. And it's a lot easier to see it in this next one. This is a very good rendition of an internal and external look. Mainly, I really need to stop doing that. Mainly the fact that you can easily tell where the robot begins and the pony ends. Now, granted, it's definitely a malfunction going on, but it's not that bad. On the first one, no, it actually is foam. All these are found on Derpy Boru, so I just picked it up from there. Uh, if you want a link to all the images used in this presentation, I will do so at the end of said presentation. Now, from here, we get to go into a little bit more fun. But you see, this right here is a very good full body display area. Now, granted, it is just white and doesn't show anything outside of the pony body shape and, of course, panel line. But that's why it's good. Because it's a clean design. There's nothing fussy, nothing over designed. It's just simple and clean. And no, I did not just do that for a Kingdom Hearts joke in this panel. Oh, but if I'm going too fast, I apologize. It's because I'm working on a delay and it's the best I'm doing at the moment. So, here's something very interesting as well. Here we have two characters clearly supposed to be a mother and a child, which is very neat to see. Also, note how the younger one has less wiring as it is not fully made or fully developed, versus the elder, who, from what I can tell, is very much a developed thing. And that can bring into, like, are these techno-organic, or are they just, robots in the shape of ponies? We'll work through that as we go through many of our crossovers. Thank you, Blazing Optimist. I'm just trying to not be too crazy. Here we have a much more detailed endoskeleton. For those that do not know, this is an endoskeleton drawing of Sweetie Bot. And yes, there will be a lot of Sweetie Bots in this. Not too much because, well, you know, you make too many Sweetie Bot references and suddenly everyone's like, we just want Sweetie Bot, we want Sweetie Bot. But there's always room for some of her. Now this is also a very nice design. Note how the eyes are your expressive point here. Instead of a visor, like mine, we can see that the eyes have the ability to move. And the ears also have their own twitch ability, along with the neck actually having to move versus being a standard thing. And it's the whole thing of this was a very clean and nice design. I especially like the black under the eyes, but you could always take this form and make it into another character. Add a line here or there, or add some fur. Really, for this, you just need to pick your poison and say, that's what I want. Now, this is here because of the multiple character designs. As you can tell, this is a very large cast of characters that the author has come up with stories and whatnot over many a year. But note how each of the ponies that are either robots or cybernetic are not the same. You have one with an eye a patch, or at the very least something covering the eye, replacing it. Then you have the limbs here, which are very nice. And at this moment, I can't tell if it's an amputee or a full-on robot. But this is the beauty of both mechanical and robotic design. As long as you can and make it well, you can make it however you want. Now, I will never say I made any of mine well. I mean, look at me. Why am I doing this? Oh well. Just gotta soldier on through then. Now here we have an actual 3D bot. I have personally seen this at the last BronyCon. It is very nice and very functional. I'm happy for these people and also shows the limitations of design for us. Because if we make these IRL, we are limited to this design because of a quadruped and how you have to put all the motors in. We lack the more fantastical, such as this. Now, yes, it does remind me of Chappie, but given how it looks, you can tell. You can tell by how they designed it, they wanted it to be a more solid and out there design to represent it being from a /M or whatever code this is. I honestly can't tell you. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Just some stuff on my end. So, moving on. This right here. This is fantastical design. I mean, not only because you can tell where each part goes, but it tells a story. It tells the story of this character is fixing itself, so it must know how it works. Now that raises the question: is it fixing itself because it's upgrading, or if we have to assume it's broken? Honestly, I can't tell you. It just looks good. And this is the spiciest thing you are going to see on this panel, aside from one other image, but that's for a comparison. Now, this was very deliberate in design to look like an actual pony. He, granted, the hot rod features kind of give it away of, hey, this is a machine. It's supposed to be awesome. But again, this is a very nice design and very well constructed. Then you have a character like this. This character is very much a thing of minimal lines with very little telling. It's a robot outside of said lines and that the neck joint. Now, granted, I am not a full-on expert in this because let's face it this is not scripted. This is my thoughts as I'm looking at it. So I apologize if I'm going a little bit fast or I'm not making sense. But I love how this character has a very singular. This is where my tongue stops working. This character has a very solid color palette that is not unnatural to a pony. As I said, aside from the telltale signs of lines and whatnot, this could pass as a normal OC and no one would know. It's just something to think about. Do you design to be full mechanical, or do you go for a more streamlined design? Also, Blazing Optimist, I do agree that is another question. And are the robots self-aware of themselves? And if so, well, how would they react? It's kind of like the Synths in the Fallout universe, but we'll get to the crossover characters when we do. This right here is a very nice combination of the plain wings, as we all know, oh, and the pony form. Everyone always draws the airplane ponies, which good on them. I'm just not that big into them. Now, it also does tell me that this character was designed to be a pilot, or at the very least a fighter drone, because of how each of its components look. This looks like it's a straight up jet plane, but in horse form. And that's not a bad thing. It tells me what its function is, and that is fine. But then we have this type of character. The one that, again, could pass as a normal pony if not for all the bumps and ridges. And that's kind of the awesome thing here. Yeah. You could say that this is actually a cyborg, because it looks almost as if it's just integrated machinery. Or just go with a straight up robot. Gotta love those minor things that you can go, it can be one way or the other. Why not both? And here we have something that's very interesting, a combination of tech and magic being done by an outside source. I admire this type of character simply because they are going to the going to the realms of, I'm going to create something. Whether it is something that will love me or we have Frankenstein on our hands is all up to the author. But this is a very cute image and a very cute design. And then there's the factory built ones. You know, the ones that you could say, oh, that's a mass market device. But I love how the artist here went the extra mile and gave us, like, the origin story as well as their personality. This shows me confidence, but it also shows me that it's freshly made. Or it's getting repairs. Again, I have no context for these images. I just found them on Derpy Boru and went to town. Now this is a little bit more of a Rosie the robot design from the Jetsons. Yes, I'm old enough to know this, but not young enough to be like, yeah, it was on Boomerang. Not yet. I haven't gotten to that particular thing yet. I mainly kept that into the cyberpunk because of how it is. I'm reading off of chat, so apologies if it's a non sequitur. But I do love this design thing. From how we have the pony head to more anthro portions and all around. And granted, I like the fact that the coverings for the neck and belly form the tail. That is a very neat and interesting design. And here is my two examples of how structure can change. Now, granted, out of context, these are the same character. They are tagged the same, they are named the same. But each has a different design. We have a more pony-centric one right here versus the other one and over there who is more anthro. And both of these are good designs. It's not always just which is better. Both are very well drawn and very well made. It all depends on what you want your character to be and what you want the universe to look like. Again, and a lot of this is improv, and I apologize if anyone is confused, because I'm doing my best to go through all the images that filled up 6 pages in Google Drive on the Google Doc of just ponies and robots. Now, this is a very good example of how expression can change between drawings and how a visor and eyes can be used in combination. Granted, and it's not always a good idea because, well, if you want a soulless machine, you gotta have no way of telling it has a soul. I do love how this is designed. The front legs are very much, it's all paneled up, while the back legs show that they have to move more. Also, that is just a freaking cute thing right over there. See it right there? That's cute. Now we're in a little bit of a nightmare fuel situation. That right there, that is terrifying. But it also shows us how you can take a basic character and just turn it into, well, this with a few lines and a very easy need to do through color palette. Granted, we are not in FNAF territory yet, but we are somewhat there. I absolutely love the color choice here. We have a gray area and the character itself is gray with only the blue light showing through. Granted, it someone could draw a comparison to how that is its soul and all the fascinating things that come from it. And I would agree, that is an awesome thing, but it's also just a good striking color. I mean, we've all seen how red makes robots look like evil, but this gives me a nice, calm, serene look. And that's not a bad thing to have. And finally, for the structure setting, we have this. I'm not gonna lie, folks. This this has me a little bit touchy because the drawing, the layout, the whole thing of, oh, you poor thing, what did they do to you? And it's not a bad thing because art is supposed to express us. But ah, whenever that happens, yep, oh, you. This is what you get, folks, whenever I'm puppeting in full stop. But yeah, also, Unit S1DOT5Y, I don't think it's stupid. I honestly like this. And honestly, it is a very good inner design. But we move from that to who's a little bit more of the fun part. Because everyone loves ponifying things. So why not the robots that we all love to see? Now, I have done this so there is always robotic characters. There is not going to be any real surprise here. First up, this is an adoptable I did find. I don't know if it's still going or if someone adopted it. But this is a very cool idea for a robot as a pony. Now, granted, this is just one version of everything. This right here, this is also cute. Also, it has a gun. Make note of how the shoulders and other such things actually have holes, like servos and whatnot. There will be a very much there's very much a recurring theme about whenever you make a pony like this, it must have servos, or at least those holes. Goodness, I love some detail work. Like, look at all that blue. It's just really a good thing. Now, granted, if I am boring you, I apologize. I am doing my best here and having improv. Also, working off of a lag. Like, that may be my own fault. Now, oh, the next one. This is a very much a clean thing. Blaze, that adoptable was very pleasing on the eyes. This is a much cleaner character than the previous one, mainly because it's very much in line with the pony aesthetic, and how if you did not see the joints and whatnot, you could mistake this for just a cyborg pony rather than a robot. And granted, it can go either way. Oh, I remember hearing about Buck Legacy, and look at these designs. They are nice, but they are definitely not friendly. Granted, we have two very unique and different designs. This one right here is very much a sharp and looks like a tough customer. The one over there has a more, uh, I want to say god, but it's kind of redundant given how they're both knights. So I'm just going to say this one here very much reminds me of stereotypical knight. That reminds me of like the castle god that you would see. Yeah. And thank you for referring to that. And many people have been doing that. Now, oh, oh, whoop, hit the wrong button. Now, this is a very nice design as well. Well, again, you can tell that this character was designed to either be influenced by or show the ponies. Show as a non-threatening character, even with all the knives, guns, and camo. Why does this pony have camo? She has bright pink hair and blue eyes. Unless she's in a field full of pink flowers, you can spot her easy. But I digress. I still love the look of this. And granted, just take a moment and appreciate how it still flows. Also, apparently, her hair is the same color as her wings, so I guess it's good in mind on the pot making. Oh, now we have something evil. And granted, this is not a bad design at all. For one, it does use red and black, but it's not full on black. It is black in shadow, which means that we don't have to go through the whole discussion of red and black is a bad OC. This is a very good and very well thought out character and just exudes the evil tendencies. Now, oh, what else do I have up my sleeve? Oh. I have many things. And it's not all bad. Main reason for including this here is because it uses the Mega Man design. And I will grant you, it's not my favorite image in this set, but it still shows a conversion of some kind. I mean, we have the green character here, who will be seen in a moment, who is a very muscular and well-proportioned character, and then the pony got Well, if you can read it, you already know the story. So, let us move on to the character. Now, I much prefer this, mainly because it's a very different take on it. And it's a very nice design. I will not disagree that the one previously shown is a bad design. No, that was fine as well. But when you see what it's from, it kind of loses pizzazz. And granted, again, it's probably just my personal opinion. If you enjoy it good for you. It just didn't tickle my fancy. Now, this is what I wanted to find. This right here is a very magical thing. Mainly, mainly because the only way you can get stuff in it would have to be magic. It is a very unique thing that I never thought I would see. I mean, who would make a claw machine into a pony? That's crazy. Oh wait, we turned melted plastic into a pony. We've turned pizza into a pony. What haven't we turned into a pony? I am scared now. Oh. This is a very simple design, and I like it. Also, I love how the expression is only with the eyes and mouth. Nothing else changed. This is kind of a staple of whenever you make a robot into a pony. There will definitely be things of, you know, expression and within him. But with a robot, you can have limitations, and that can both help and harm the character. But we will see a better example of that in the coming moments, or minutes, or 10. I don't know at this point. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, and I still have an hour and a half to fill. But let's do this! Again, a very nice and simple design, and a very good background as well. I love how it's a solid color with only alternating for what could be different metals or where it's supposed to bend. Example. Well, we can assume wherever there is gray or silver, then there must be a bend there. Or it's a very flexible thing. In chat, I really do appreciate you commenting on stuff. I'm like a pick a tube ahead, so it's all good. Also, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is a very solid design on its own right. And look at those eyes. Hey, don't you be giving me that look. I am not something to be dang it. Ruined my own joke. Oh well. I'll do the next one then. Wee. Talk about a few screen heads, am I right? Oh, I keep forgetting the ones here to hear my jokes. Because they're all in the past while I am in the future. But yeah, this is just a very nice little funny joke. And it's actually a very nice color scheme for both of them. Looking at my thing, They are called Calm and Idle. So if you are interested in these, check it out on Debbie Ballroom. Again, after the presentation, I will link the full Google Doc of all the images and a few GIFs I can use for obvious reasons at the end of the stream. Of course, someone would make this. It's just the nature of how we are. This is a standard copter. Now, granted, it's not a bad design, but it looks like someone's trying to portray Jesus as a pony, which, there is a Jesus pony, isn't there? I made one of my mods chuckle. Oh, yeah. It's always nice. But yeah, it is a very neat design. I love the orange, and I love how it's stuck to its whole aesthetic. Whoop! Let me move that. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I didn't fully move everything, so it's alright. Hey, but yeah, this is another neat design where you can tell half of it is a pony, while the other half is a robot. Again, I do not know this character's story, but it's an interesting look, and I honestly do enjoy the design. Also, I cannot tell if that hoof is extending just because it needed the space or if those wires are exposed. Again, design is very important, but have fun with it. We are not going for realism here, we're just going for fun. And of course, well, seeing the G-Spone comment, yeah, I appreciate that, and who knows. But even we robots cannot escape shipping. Granted, we're mostly for shipping and handling, but hey, that's just how products sent out and delivered. But I do love the contrast here, and also how this is clearly two very different. I want to say different art styles, but I think they just went different color schemes. Again, this is a cute thing, and I like it. But again, and we're seeing the mix of pony parts and robot parts. Oh, this one. And if you go to this particular image, there's a video of it malfunctioning and ending up like this. And it is freaking hilarious on how the child reacted to it. Granted, I would be like, the heck? Why did that happen? Somebody help me! My robot that broke. But again, this is a very nice design and it used a real world thing, but while still being silly. Huh. You know, I should have left this in crossovers, but I love how they took a robot design and did this. It reminds me of the movie 9. You know, the Stitch Punks one. And and granted, this is clearly the robot from Don't Starve. Uh, also, that little watermark, yeah, check them out. They do awesome art. And this is just very, very cool. I love the little electricity here. I love that it shows dynamic while not being a standard image. Very good on this piece. And we go from realistic to cartoony. Granted, this is all cartoony, but hey, I'm not the one being animated here. Why am I? Oh well. Well, I still love how this is very much playing off of blockiness and like a military vehicle. Granted, I don't know the context again, but it kind of looks like an evil foot soldier. Still, it is a very neat thing, and I do appreciate it. Now, on to the next one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to explain this. During the conversion of these images, some stuff got messed up. This and at least one other image had its white taken out to be transparent. And granted, it's not that bad. But it is still not the full image. Again, I will link to it. But I like how this is done. This is clearly someone who has been through an terrible ordeal and has to defend themselves. Note, put the gun on. But I still enjoy the look of this, and it is a very neat design. Now we get into a little bit more, I won't say structure, but a very much better defined character. This robot right here, the one in white, is a part of their own universe. Specifically, name escapes me, but it's somewhere in here. Ah, the robot's name is E-Angel? Eh, it's an E instead of an A for Angel. Which, hey, that is a very clever play on words. Now, the other one is also an S. So these two are very different designs while still doing the same job. And that is awesome. You can have two different robots that are designed to do the same function. And here's something I find very helpful and informative whenever it comes to just the whole character. This the Angel, and I hate butchering names like that. The Angel has very minimum expression. Only the eyes and ears move. So, unless you know how they express themselves, they can't really say much outside of their voice. And it's just neat to see someone make a full character sheet like this, especially for expressions. Although that last one kind of makes me go, that planning something evil. I doubt it, but you never know. And one final one of her for now, or for a bit. This here clearly shows that she is a Pegasus. It's designed robot. And that is a very neat way of showing the whole thing. Otherwise, you would think she was just an Earth pony. Which, again, very neat thing. Also, that outfit is cute. That outfit right there, that is cute. I don't know who or what you are. If you don't find that cute, I'm sorry, I can't be your friend. And what's more, we come to a very basic yet very effective design. Granted, this is a thing that I would honestly see anyone doing if they wanted a robot. It does remind me of Detroit Become Human, with the little white and blue lines appearing everywhere. But this is still a very nice, muted, but well done design. Granted, you are talking to someone who has very clear joint lines, while this could just be muted as bands or fabric. Again, it is all in the eye of the beholder and how good the design is. I sincerely doubt we're going 88 miles an hour. Are we even 88 minutes in? I lost track about 3 minutes ago. Help. And no, I am not going to do the thing of another one of me coming in and going, this was a mistake. Quick, we gotta go back to the past. But still, I love the green and black design here. Very much a neon and dare I say, very much a techno look. It's very interesting to see this. Also, the name is a win with anyone and who's a Back to the Future fan. Oh. So, we are this far in, and now we have a Fallout Equestria thing. Honestly, I cannot tell you what it is. It is just a pony looking robot, and I love it. Looks awesome. Another character sheet. And this time a little bit more. There's actual, like, the whole tech specs here. And that's very neat to see in design. Granted, it's not always wanted, but it's always good to have. Also, the red and the light gray with the purple eyes, very nice. Although the antenna coming right out the head is kind of dead giveaway. But hey, this is not a stealth drone. This is a character that just wants to do stuff. Again, we see a gear pony. It reminds me of the Clockwork Stallions that we've seen from the old game that unfortunately is discontinued, but hey, life happens. But this is a very nice design and incorporates the motif of either steam or magical energy. Again, this is a very neat thing to do and doesn't limit how you can make your character. It's an awesome look. And then we have a very Pinky-esque type of robot who is smiling even if they say ouch. I don't know what they did, but it looks fun. And that's all I really care. I also like how they still have a cutie mark, but it's on a digital screen. Which, cool. That's a very neat touch. And as we have seen, a lot of robot ponies have the cutie mark. But it's not always there to be seen. Now, again, context is lost on me, but I love that design. Very nice, very rich. And we got Hal. No, seriously. They just stuck Hal onto a pony robot, and now we got Hal. You'll still not open the damn pod bay doors! What do you mean you still can't do that? And I'm not Dave, damn it! I can see why GLaDOS really found you frustrating in the LEGO games. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. That right there, that is awesome. I don't have to even point at it. That is just awesome. We have a very much gold and black characters. Again, they have the cutie marks on their flanks, but either as magical as screens, and I'm sorry, this is just awesome. Hey, I can't say anything more. It looks awesome, and credit to the artists right there. They did amazing work. Now, from here, we go to yet another image. I know, fascinating, isn't it? You know, I could do a blow my own horn gag, but I definitely think that's a little bit overused at this moment. By the way, there are so many jokes I could do here, but they would all not be considered general audience. Granted, you double entendres. Yeah, no. You can make your own jokes with this. But I will say, him and Big Band should do a duet someday. Hi-oh! Alright! Hey, who called for the edge? I know someone called for the edge. Who did it? No one's calling for the edge. Oh, that's just sucky. Oh well. Oh, but I do like how this is clearly marked as a Reaper, but it's so mechanical that you're like, how does it not cut anything other than, well, everything? There is a lot of edge jokes here, but again, I'm not going in on that cliff edge. Ah. And honestly, just a simple design with Celestia's cutie mark. Granted, I have yet to fully read it, but again, this is an awesome thing that I have seen, and I approve. It doesn't have to make sense to be awesome. I mean, look where we are and what I am doing. And on to the next. Yeah, this is both a good thing and a bad thing. Good, because it is an awesome character. And a very clever design. The bad kinda comes from outside of this image. This is Kiva. If you know who Kiva is beyond an awesome and cute robot pony, then good. We are not discussing that. Also, why is the plug right there? That's either poor design or someone did that on purpose. I don't know which, and I'm not going to go further into why. Well, someone's happy. He's bouncing all over the place. And I love how it's very much a orange thing to an orange outfit to say caution and bouncy pony. Or is it just because of the warnings he has to give due to legal? Hmm. Honestly, don't know. But this is still a very neat and fun design. And I enjoy it. And this is a very neat thing as well. This is clearly supposed to either be an anthro or a standard pony, but given how she is, she can go either way. Also, notice the screws on her arms and the bolt in her belly button. That is a very nice detail, and also it allows us to imagine how it moves. Again, kudos to the artist for making this design decision. Also, stop looking at me like that. It's making me a little bit uncomfortable. I said stop it! Now, this is something that I also find neat. I don't know if that tail is just like a broom handle or an old wig, but given its look, I would not be surprised if it was. Also, it is very polite. How are you doing today? A paper bag? Oh, wait. I'm the only image that can move and talk here. I'm either losing my mind or I didn't have one to begin with. Eh, that's life. Yep. Now that is some dynamic posing right there. Although I have to ask, what's with all the chords? I understand what it means, but also, it's kinda a strange looking thing. And honestly, I kinda like it. I don't know if the eye here moves along that path, given how it goes up and down, and that bridge in the middle. So, what do? Hmm. Honestly, very good design, and as you see, a very common theme for the robot ponies are always white, blue, and the occasional yellow with black as the base. Not a bad idea or look. Speaking of clean colors, why? How? I have many questions. Mostly, how is that thing going to fly with a rocket? I don't see it transforming. And I sincerely doubt those legs will stop it outside of a jump. It's still cool, but it raises questions on how it flies. Ah, back to more humanoid designs. Or again, Mega Man. Now, oh, it's not all that bad, but I do find this impressive, mainly because of how it's proportioned. We still have the big head and the relatively lithe body, but we lack kind of like the pony shape. And that's fine. This is a very nicely done robot Trixie. Granted, people will still go gaga over it because Trixie, but I love how they did it and incorporated the idea of her being an anthro robot. Very neat stuff. A bit generic, yes, but I find this to be a nice little break from it. Also, it kind of looks like it's made out of metal. Like, look at that streak. It kind of looks like metal, but the artist in me is going, no, that is not how you do shading. It looks neat, but it is not right. And again, it's personal preference, so to each their own. And here we have Roomba Pony version 1. In my search, I have found several different versions of Roomba. At least 2 are in here, this being one of them. Also, there is a GIF of this image lighting up and being like fully charged. Which, cool! I would love to show that, but I am a drawing and not doing too much beyond a few poses. And as you see here, this is Roomba Pony 2. They went a little bit more pony and less Roomba. Or just the right amount. It all depends on your point of view. And granted, this is a very cute design and it fits well for what they can do with it. I still like the other one better. And that's not a knock against it, I just enjoy it. Again, a very safe and well-treaded path on this character's design. However, notice instead of just going with the white and black, white, black and blue, they decided to have the highlight color be a magenta or a pink. And that is fine. This is a very striking color combination. And it works well for it. Granted, if you want to do something like this, do not let my words be your limitation. Do what you want and see how it works. This is all about trial and error until you get it right. Goodness knows it's a bit of trial and error to keep this functioning. Yep. Again, this is basic, but basic is not bad. I love how they did the nose here. Well, the whole face, really. And it opens the options to have that expression be more. And I honestly do enjoy it. I still don't understand why the cape is a tail, but hey, I don't know the character's story. And it could just be a fun thing to do. Also, I do apologize if, again, I sound disinterested or rambling. I have a lot of images, and it has been over an hour. I still got an hour to go, but we have to book it through as much as we can. Or not. It's really at my pace at this moment. Now this is very interesting. Here we have a much more complex designed character. From the simple fact of it has this as its wing slash thruster pack. And the whole thing is very clearly conveyed. This looks to be an exploratory drone. And granted, it is a very nicely done thing, and the color is very spot on. And my only downside is is this in a matrix or is it just out there in space? Did someone hear a space core? I swear I heard it. I swear to you, I forgot that was next. I forgot we actually went to space. No, seriously, I did forget that this was a thing. And it's kind of cool. A robot in space as a pony. This is very, very, very much not a good setup for the joke. Seriously, I hate when I forget my own jokes. Ah, an old wind-up style pony. This is a very neat design given its whole thing. That one key controls all that. Now, the function beyond this, I really cannot tell you, but it is a very neat design. And that's kind of cool. Also, we have gone through a gambit of different designs, and it's still rather neat. Oh, hey, a Stevashai. 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 Am my jokes funny or am I just going crazy? Eh, I'll worry about the therapy bills later. But yeah, this is a very neat thing. I love how it's using the whole idea of steampunk within the universe. But I gotta ask, why Fluttershy? Why not do this for Rainbow Dash or Applejack? Eh, it's all good. I also love the fact that the cutie mark area is the pressure gauge. It's very neat, and I enjoy looking at it. A pony designed after my own type of semantics. Granted, I don't have the eyes, but very much a rounded design, and I think it's a plush. Are you a plush? Yes, I'm talking to you. What do you mean? Huh. Guess she isn't a plush. She's just very fluffy. A robot using magic. This is actually that's kind of cool. But it also depends on what type of robot it is. Because apparently magic sometimes interferes with us. I've never really had that. But then again, I'm not a pony. Still, I love this design, and it's still doing the things of black, white, and an accent color for how clean it is. Still, very good ideas. I I told you there'd be more than sweet about here. Yes, Swagabot. Or, as everyone says, crush, kill, destroy, swag. Now, I won't go into the spiel, but this is kind of a fun little thing here. Granted, it's a very unorthodox thing, but I like it anyway. We haven't really seen that much combat, and As far as I can tell, this is not a mech. This is just a robot. If it is a mech, I apologize for mislabeling it and putting it in this section. But that is an adorable thing. Excuse me for a moment and enjoy the look here at this awesome character. Sorry about that, but I hope you enjoyed this image. It is very well done, and I do not know the context, again, of the actual character, but the drawing is very well done and very much falls in line with a lot of robot design. Come with them if you want to live. Yeah, I had to do that. Who wouldn't make that joke whenever you have a star-like glimmer and a Trixie wielding weapons that are absurd? And granted, this is still a very silly and fun thing. Now, how can we do some more silly and fun? Target acquired. Yep, we have a turret here. In the crossovers, we have a few more of these, but given the fact that the turrets themselves were just like one or two parts, opening wise, it's kind of nice to see a full-on pony design for them. Granted, I would also love to see a defective turret, but hey, I can't really do much. I'm only the person curating this. I'm not the one that drew it. So, anyone fans of Ninjago? Because someone did Zane, the one over there, and apparently his copy as ponies. I don't know the whole history either. But it is a very unique design. And I also love that it said that the copy was originally a different version. Sorry, a different critter, but I'm using too much buttons. However, since the artist knew that they were both the same thing, but one was a copy of the other, they had to be the same species. It's just a neat thing I picked up while reading. Which, very awesome to know some backstory to this. And now more shipping. Yes, apparently these two in Ninjago are actually shipped. Again, no context on the ship, but to pull a phrase, we ship it like FedEx. Also, I love her unicorn design and the circuitry patterns on it. It is a very nice and wonderful thing. And for the final image of this, we will have peace and tranquility. Yep, we have good old Zenyatta from Overwatch to be our close on this section of images. And in all honesty, he is a good thing to end on. He is a humanoid robot, but has also been shown as many different things. Granted, it's the whole thing of of whether you enjoy the character if you will enjoy the design. And that's the whole fun of it. I myself enjoy this and also love the fact that he could be a magical character all in his own right, showing technology and magic working together. But it is time to close that section off and go to I told you there would be more. Yep, we have here the Atlas, Peabody, and Companion Cube as ponies. There's going to be a bit of Portal in here, so buckle up. Who knows? We might even find some neat crossover is in here. A singular design for Atlas, but not a bad design. I love that they kept his core eye within him, such as on his chest, similar to the previous one with Peabody and the Companion Cube, but also gave him his own pony distinctions. Granted, a long fall boot wouldn't be a bad idea, but hey, that's how things go. And yeah, this is here because it had the same name. Granted, not a bad design for an Atlas, or really any character. I love the web patterns here. It very much gives the sci-fi tech feel while not being over dramatic. Yes, that is a big mech. And yes, it is shaped like it is colored like Twilight Sparkle, and those are big guns. I, for one, welcome on new Twilight Overlord. All hail the princess. All hail the princess. But really, I do enjoy it whenever people take existing things and do this. Granted, some people may hate it, but it's a fun thing. So we had Zenyatta in the last one. Basher was bound to show up. He is a good boy and is a good friend to that bird. I also have the Lego version of this. It is awesome. You should buy it. Not sponsored by Lego. Although if I was, I would be shilling a lot more. So, all those hours ago when I mentioned Detroit Become Human, yeah, this was one of those things that I was like, yeah, this is going to be a neat thing to see. Yeah, and also a good way of how they have designed robots as a whole in general in the fandom. Granted, this is definitely more of a cosplay than her being a real robot, but you never know. Now, because of showing this image to someone else earlier, I will warn you now. It may disturb you. It is not gory. It is not violent. It, however, is related to Evangelion Neon Genesis. Sorry, Neon Genesis Evangelion. That is an angel. That is an Eva angel as a pony. Yeah, I have no words for that. That is just creepy. It's not, well, it is kind of bad creepy, but it's not, disturbingly creepy. I'm just going to move on from this because I'm having I'm having a rabbit hole way too much. So, from one horrifying thing to... Yeah, this is very much Ghost in the Shell-esque. And it's not the only one here! This is a very neat thing that is very disturbing. And granted, it is not bloody, it is not gore. But still, it is a very neat thing that the artist did here, and I do enjoy it. It is still creepy. Ah, sublimity! My past self is very much messing with me right now. Here we have GLaDOS. I like that they kept the mono eye, but still gave her the face of a pony. Granted, that's still disturbing. Granted, it is the least disturbing thing we have seen in the past 3 images. When did GLaDOS become the baseline for sane? No, seriously, I want to know that because I'm scared. Ah, another mech game. This one is mainly here because, again, it's a crossover, but I do enjoy how they have incorporated the pony into this as well as the mech itself. Very nice use of the same colors for the mech as the pony. Granted, some would call it kind of lazy. I, however, call it kind of consistent and neat. I haven't played Hawken in much, I have seen it, but it seems neat, and it's always fun to have a mech thing. This is very topical given what we have seen from the IDW comics. That would be here if not for Celestia's Pancake Rampage. For another terminology, not to say what it really is, the Backstreet Boys World Tour. But yeah, I love how this jazz looks. It's very much keeping the car as well as the robot. But also we have the pony in here that's not at all that out of shape. And it is very neat. Again, this is a very neat and fun design. And there's always going to be more things like this. Speaking of robots and having neat things, I feel as if someone found Jenny and just rebuilt her because, well, yes, this is very much her. It's kind of not at her best look. If she was, more pony, it might look a little bit better. But she is doing the best she can. And granted, I didn't draw this, so all I can really say is my opinion. It's not fact, it's just how it is. We want a good roll, and then we have to get Kilgore. Wait, Kilgore? Yeah, I haven't played Killer Instinct, but it is a very neat thing. Also, wasn't there a death battle involving him and some other robot? To the internet! Later. Oh, I just got determination. hmm. Hmm. Yep. But Metaton here works very well. Granted, we could also have this as the adult, with the previous form being the child or foal. And it's always fun to see how Undertale characters look in Pony. Granted, Sans and Papyrus still have the skeletal look, but hey, we're not here about talking skeletons. We're here for robots. Okay, this. I don't got this. This is very clearly something from a culture that I could not tell you what is riffing on outside of it is British. And granted, that is not a bad thing because it looks freaking awesome. So, all I can truly say here is I salute you, people across the pond. And for this is cool, and I have no idea why it is this way. Hey, look, a Tron pony. We haven't had many of those yet. But you can also see where this is the design that a lot of people use for making their robot characters. They take this Tron-like outfit and dang it, and just swap stuff around to make it work. Okay, from that previous image on me not knowing it, even the British don't know. Oh, and if the British don't know, well, somebody out of luck here. But this is still a very good image, and I love the green used with this. Hey, I wonder if we could get Pixel in this. Honest, if you are drawing Pixel right now, draw her like this. Do it. You don't have to. I'm just offering suggestions. So, who would see this coming as a breezy robot in here? Oh, given nanotech, yeah. Oh, nanomech. Nanotech, nanomech. I always get those two confused. Anyways, this is still a very nice design and sticks with the Ben 10 aesthetic. Granted, I now wonder what poor pony put this on, but then I go, it's probably a crossover. So it's all good. Wait, does that mean Ben can turn into a pony then? There are many questions I have just made for myself, and I don't know why. I have many questions. But I have a panel to do. So on to the next one. Hey, look, more Fallout Equestria. This is a very neat way of showing what has happened to these characters. Again, I lack the backstory and context, but looking at them, I can clearly see them as. I can clearly see that they have been through a lot of fights. Now, are they raiders? I don't know. So, well, my best guess is to just let it be and say they look awesome. I swear I forgot that this was a thing. But yeah, it's Warframe. Granted, again, I haven't really played that much of it, but this is a very nice outfit. I don't know if I call the Warframe people cyborgs, but given how you can swap them, I definitely classify them within the same realm as at least being able to swap about armor. Now this is one of the awesome things. Within the remaining images, there is still more original works of Pacific Rim. Not just putting Twilight and Rainbow Dash in here, but original creations. Granted, this person does have multiple images of other ponies and Jaegers, so if you are interested in this, please check them out. This shall be the drill that pierces the heavens! Or at the very least, this pierces over a few dozen people. Yep, we got Gurren Lagann here, and Pinky as the leader. And as you can clearly read there, Party Lagann is a go. Honestly, very well designed, and I love how they kept the chest of Gurren Lagann the same, but made it more pony. Titanfall. Well, one of the best things that I have ever seen for mech design. Granted, it's not really that high on the list of people, but I still enjoy it. I especially love the idea of how everything goes in that universe. But again, this is just about the robot here and how it translates with the pony. And I, for one, enjoy this. It already conveys what each character already feels. From what I can tell, Applejack's mech is the one that's down on Titan, so it's a very neat thing. And it gets worse! Or is it better? I don't know! But yeah, this is clearly a reference to the My Little Portal series with a character that, well, two characters that were not introduced until very much later into the main series. Still, it is a very neat idea and a nice concept. Also, it is in Russian. I do not speak Russian, so I can't tell you what she's saying, but it is still nice nevertheless. This right here is why you do not mess with Princess Cadence. She will go Ripley on you, and you will have no idea what just happened. Granted, loved the alien reference here. Pixel Kitty did a very good art, and if you're asking, why haven't you said any other names? Well, to be fair, if I didn't say this was Pixel Kitty, people would come after me and hit me. But it is still a very neat image, and I enjoyed both the reference and the silliness of it all. So, who wants to play Rainbow Attack Unicorn? Huh? Huh? Hmm. It's cool. But I do also like the Prism God that they named it. It is a very nice design and stays true to the original character. Also, we got more shipping. And more shipping is never a bad thing. There are just a lot of Overwatch, aren't they? Well, I like how they did take the whole Sparity thing to a different end. Although I don't know if Spike would have liked just being a... She climbs into him! There is much disturbing about that. Much. But yeah, it is still a very neat thing, and I honestly do enjoy seeing crossovers like this. It's always fun to see what people can come up with. And then there is this. This right here, it's not that bad. It is over-designed as heck, and it's Starscream, but I would like for anyone to tell me that this is a bona fide Starscream because Michael Bay. Props to the artist for actually making Michael Bay's art, or at least his approval, somewhat reasonable. Granted, still a mess, but also very awesome work. So, what is worse? A mech that can shoot rockets from 1,000 miles away? Or a Timberwolf that can go kaiju? Why not both? Yes. Why not both? Now, granted, I don't know if this is Warhammer, Hawken, or Mech Warrior. It's still awesome, but I still question why both. This right here, this is what Transformer Pony should look like. Granted, it's animated, but it works so dang well. And also, I could have a whole list of these, but I think the CMC here demonstrate a very nice thing. Also, we technically have a Sweetie Bot in here. Everyone loves that Sweetie Bot. But yeah, very nice designs, and I could totally see them doing actual Transformers like this. Wait. And from one transformation to another. A daring do Transformer. A little bit less design than the previous one, and very much bare bones by comparison to the original Starscream we saw. But it is still a very nice and fun thing. Although, why do you have your weak point exposed? Cover that thing up! Nobody likes to see a weak point. Twilight and her mech Spike. Has anyone else noticed that Spike gets sent to a lot of robots? Just me? Alright, so I'm not crazy. Yet. But yeah, this is a very neat look, and I do enjoy it. And here we have another time that Spike gets turned into a robot. Why am I not surprised? But hey, it's actually kind of cool just to see him stuck with both Twilight and technically Rarity, if this ever was a thing. Also, apparently Twimay's a thing. I have no idea why. I even titled this image as a joke until I saw the tag. Granted, it is cute, and we don't mind cute things here. And here we go to very much just a lot of our main characters turned fully into robots. Like the Starlight here. She got roboticized. If you were a kid in the 90s, you know that roboticized is a very real thing in Sonic. And granted, this actually adds very much to how she has the whole blue magic, and it makes it look very appealing. And then Fluttershy, what did they do to you? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Again, this is an awesome design, but this is Fluttershy. And everyone kind of feels sympathy for Fluttershy. She's a big girl, she could take care of herself, but stuff like this makes people go, who hurt you? Why did she get muffins? Who did not give her muffins? By law, all people must give her muffins. Who did not? Who did not give her muffins? I want to know. Who in check didn't give her muffins? But yeah, she cute. She awesome. She deb. Now, yeah. This is a very neat design. It is clearly another character, but damn, Rainbow Dash sells it. I mean, check that. You can also find a full turnabout thing of it moving on Derpy Boru. So again, check the links as I send them at the end of the stream. Hey, we saw these earlier. And they're being cute and shipped. Granted, and I cannot read that because, again, Russian, but it's still cute. Interesting note with this one, aside from looking cool and having Berry Punch, it is tagged under Berry Punch, but has that name. I don't know what's going on here either. It just looks dope. Also, I love the eyes. It's very Portal-esque with how the robots look. That is a neat touch right there. That voice box, that way of showing how he's speaking, very neat, and also helps because I don't think his mouth opens. Very, very cool. It's a very awesome thing. She got that strange magic. They got that strange magic. Again, I just love it whenever they have the robots doing magic, as it's always a neat little thing to see. Yeah. Now, the next few images are just of the main six. Like, this is because of how very similar they are, and I'll even overlay them as I go, just so you can see. Because people really love using this shot, but we get to see at least 3 different designs. Look at that! Night and day difference. You see you see the similarities in like eyes and whatnot, but one went for the full Portal-esque solid eye, and one just went with dots. Now, for the third one, very different in design, and has a much more utilitarian design for each of them. We see Applejack and Pinkie Pie being very much heavier and more grounded. Twilight and Rarity have their horns elongated to will be better used in spells. And then we have Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy being very, very much flying things. It's just a neat thing. Now, from here, we'll go back to our standard array with a mantis pony. I don't know why they have mantis things. It's just neat. Also, I love their color scheme and telling us that they are a robot with the cutie mark. And granted, it's not the biggest thing, but it is a very neat design choice. Hey, a Twilight clone! But is it really a clone if the only thing that's similar is... Nope, I call that a clone. And granted, there's nothing wrong with this being a clone of Twilight just as a robot. It's a very neat thing. I swear, this was not intended. I did not plan this. Also, that is a cute pony. But yeah, it's very much in the same vein as we've seen with a lot of ponies. It's very clean and very onto it. Also, it has PO. I don't know if that's Zero Pony or something like that. Apparently, its name is Pi Zo, so let's go with that. Now, here is a very neat thing by Treadhead, the Robo Pony. You have seen some of his art, very much so. Oh, Alien the Thing. And he has done fantastic work. But here he shows his own differentiating design. P1 here is an earlier model versus the N3 of his main OC. And that's very nice to show how the world has progressed. And then there's this. This looks like a balloon animal. I'm sorry, it feels way too floaty and very much like it'll fall apart at the slightest breeze. Granted, it looks very neat and the colors work well, but, well, it's very much a thing of do you want to design like this? It's not bad. I just find it a little bit off-putting that it looks like it'll fall apart. But again, that is me, and I am weird. Now that right there, something we haven't seen much aside from like one or two things. That is a robotic griffin. And remember earlier how I said that people love using the holes to show stuff? Well, looky here. We have them right there in front of us. And that's fine. It looks neat. It looks kind of awesome. But still, it is very much a personal matter and a personal choice on design. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, I did just see that comment on the inflatable ponies being, sorry, inflatable robots being real. Yes, inflatable robots that are about a solid mass, like Baymax. That pony had dividers in it, and it wasn't really my thing. And here we have a character, Raven Inkwell, oh, uh, spitting ink? Again, this is a very nice little sight gag on the character. Because as a secretary, of course she would have an ink and quill. This is a little bit more literal. But yes, it is still a very nice thing. I love the gag here. Very impressive. Very impressive. This. Oh boy. I will freely admit, I do not like this design. Mainly because it's overly stretchy and just seems to be very much chords and segments versus a more solid thing. Granted, again, this is my own opinion, and you can say if you like it or not. I just don't find it that overly appealing. But I wanted variety, and variety is what I got. Variety is the spice of life, people. Who let Rayman design the robots again? Seriously, who let him design the robots? It's not bad, but it's kinda similar to the whole thing of how. The answer, magic. And really, that's all the fun things here. Yeah, it's fun to link like the IRL inflatable robots. That's fine. They're cool, and I understand that they're a real thing, but it's just how the things go. Why in my sleep-addled mind did I decide to include her? Honestly, it's a very good design, and I kind of like it for her. But I think I'm pushing the limit on general audience still. Mhm. Fair enough on the Applejack Orbot. But yeah, this chrysalis, very neat, but I'm still seeing stuff. Now this right here, this is fine. This is a very clean and very nice version of Nightmare Moon as a robot. And I honestly enjoy it. It's a very good looking thing. Granted, this is again up for interpretation, but I love how it still keeps the Nightmare Moon aesthetic while giving us more mechanical features. There is so many jokes going on here that I'm not even going to try. Also, I am not randomly generating this. Wait, hold up. Does improvisation count as randomly generating? I don't know anymore. Help. After all that craziness, we have a simple, very well done robot Rainbow Dash. And that's fine. This is a very well done and very well put together dash. And it is not overly remarkable outside of it being a very detailed thing. This Applejack? This Applejack is very much a thing of the design is great, and if you took off the things that made her Applejack, it would be fine as is. Granted, could see this as a dog, or other such thing, but hey, it is a very good design, and I like it. It's a very neat idea, and it is a fun thing. Also, love the atom there. Looks great. And we have the return of the orb, only this time it's Fluttershy carrying a lot of bunnies. I have nothing really to say here. That's just somewhat creepy. Somewhat very creepy. Huh. Looks like I missed something from the structural video or segment. Really? This is kind of disturbing as well, but not overly so. Granted, it's the tongue that gets me. I'm gonna just move on down the road. Ah, a Princess Luna one. This is very much a full-on mechanical thing at play. I mean, look at her hair, her legs, her ears. You can tell every single joint in her body. And that's cool. That is a cool design. And it's very much a neat thing to look at. A lot of these robot ponies are very much eye candy if you're a thing for mechanical design. It makes something that seems crazy look real. And we all can appreciate a little bit of good design. And again, you're talking to someone who's being animated like this. But yes, a very good design for Princess Luna. Now, let's see what else is in store. I think she's staring into your souls. But that is not a bad thing. This is a very nice design for Rarity. Granted, she already fills the requirements for a decent robot design, but this is a very neat thing and looks very awesome. Mm-hmm. Also, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone for sticking around, because I still got plenty of images, and it is a little bit past my time, but we can keep going. Now, this is something that I saw very recently. Like, this was day one and when I was getting all these images. And this is a very neat idea. Granted, the robot Twilight with normal Dragon Spike still confuses me, but it's still a neat thing. And I like it. It shows that no matter who is what and what is whom, Twilight and Spike have that relationship. Granted, I don't know this full-on relationship, but it is a very neat idea altogether. Very wholesome, very fun, and adorable. Now, this right here, that is a very neat thing. I love the cross section here, where we get to see the whole character, not just as the pony, not just the robot, but the whole character as it is. Also, I love that yellow light there is the actual eye. That is neat. And I love the structure of this. Very cool in a very concise manner. Very good details all around. So, who remembers the Ghost in the Shell thing from a while ago? Now it's Sweetie Belle! Or Sweetie Bot. Really, this is a very nicely detailed image that builds off the whole idea that the Ghost in the Shell image kind of did. It's a very disturbing thing if you think about it too hard, but man, the whole thing in the back, very, very cool detail here. Alright, beyond the Sweetie Belle section here. Well, Sweetie Bot, but eh. This is a very nice drawing of Sweetie Bot. And it kind of plays on the whole thing with the blank flame. She's a robot, so why not have the power symbol? It's a very neat thing. Oop. Mm-hmm. But again, it's a very neat thing. And I enjoy seeing images like this. This one right here, this is the best realistic robot pony I have seen out of anything. The only real tells on, of course, the joints, but also the eyes. The eyes are the only thing that tells you it's a real pony. Well, it's a robot pony versus a real one, because you could always say, oh, her hoof bands are just shoes. And that's the kind of very neat thing that this artist did. Also, who doesn't love swinging? Swinging's always fun. And once more, we have Trackhead, the Robo Pony, doing what he does best, helping others. Granted, I don't know the car, but hey, it's very neat to see, and it's very awesome to see this happening. Another Tron pony. this time I'm with floating wings. And that's always neat to see. People that take a basic concept and make it their own. Very cool stuff here. Very cool. Now, oh, there's not much to say outside of the color palette, but that is a very nice image. This is something I ran across and I was like, wait, I've seen that before. I've seen it somewhere. It's a very neat thing. And honestly, this is a very neat image. I also have a secondary image, so I won't have to gush over it too much, but it's very, very cool to see someone design a character like this. It took the very idea of a robot pony and kind of made it like an old 50s sci-fi or, low budget sci-fi. Still, very nice character design there. Speaking of character designs, Trackhead Robo Pony did it again. And this is a very cute image. It's But yes, I love the toy aesthetic of this and how it plays with the world. Also, is that adorable little pet sprite not just so cute? We know how horrible they are, but dang, it is a very cute image. Now, on to the next. This one is known as vocal pitch, and if you look clearly on her throat, yeah, that is clearly what she is. She is a character who has the ability to raise or lower her voice. And that's a very neat touch and design. And so it is a very cute and well done character in my opinion. Also, I just love the way she looks. I love the pose here. It's like, oh crud, I'm going to have a crash landing. No, 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 no. And crash landing. But I also do love this character's design. I mean, clearly it looks to be either a full or halfway rebuilt pony or another robot. Granted, excuse me. Sorry about that, I need to take a call. I'm doing a show. Not. I do apologize for that. It has changed on me for a stream, but Stuff happens, I apologize. But yes, this is a very neat and cool design. I love seeing it. And now this design. Oh, this is a very nice design as well. I love how they did the wings here. It's a very neat and clean design. And a lot of this is neat and clean. But that is kind of what people want. They want their robots to be neat and clean, and so we can easily tell what they are. Also, I apologize for the internet quality. Yeah, yeah, sorry, the stream quality. But yes, as I enjoy this design very much, and I love how people have kept a consistent thing throughout the whole little trip we've been going through. But I did say that there would be some dirtiness, didn't I? We're on to the mech section. Check it. A giant robot piloted by Applejack and Pinkie Pie. Who gave her the keys? Which one of you gave the pink one the keys? We do not give her the keys. I still don't think it's right to give her the keys. But yes, I enjoy how macho this feels, but also how silly it is. It is a very fun design, and I love it. Ah, an old joke, but a good one. This would have been awesome to see in Equestria Girls 2, just Vinyl's car transforming into the base cannon mech. This is just awesome. I love it. It is cool. Someone needs to make a toy of this. This is cool. We want this. I forgot to move this right. Anyway, this is a awesome thing right here. This is from, I believe, was it Planetside 2? Yeah, I think Planetside 2. Ooh, and it looks awesome. Granted, there's a pony in it, and it's ponified. Still looks awesome. Now imagine beyond her garden with Shadowtop riding this into battle. This is awesome. I'm going to keep saying stuff is awesome, because it is. There is one of the many original Jaegers designed that I found during this little escapade. And it looks awesome. Look at that detail. Look how it goes. You can easily see where it goes from pony to anthro. Gotta love them transformations. Love it. Again, this will be the same thing for the other two that I have in here. Love it. the heck is this? The heck? It's designed well. It looks cool. But it's terrifying as all get out. I mean, I'm not the only one that sees how terrifying this is, right? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Wait, I've been doing that bit way too much. But still, don't tell me I'm crazy. But yeah, that is cool in a very disturbing way. Are you ready for a mech battle? Seriously, this image has been featured around and it combines so many memes, including Gurren Lagann. I have no idea why they thought Gurren Lagann, but it works. Very cool image, very cool idea. This was the mech section. You know there had to be at least one Gundam in here. And I think Discord makes a very nice Gundam here. Granted, the four eyes kind of are disturbing, but there are far more disturbing true-to-life Gundams than this. Again, another one, the Jaegers, is that I found. This is very much the brawler, and I'm going to beat the ever-loving crud out of you as much as I can. Also, I love the football design and how it's a gorilla in four-legged mode. And a ghetto robo! Wow, I'm just going over everything obscure in Japanese today. I kid. But seriously, both this and the Discord were done by the same person, and I would highly recommend looking them up. They are very awesome, and it is a very cool thing. And Halo. Surprisingly, Halo is one of those things that works well with ponies. Not the normal sense, mind you. The more, hey, we need to have a pony in armor. Why not Halo? Yeah, that seems about right. And thus, Fireteam Harmony was born. Jokes aside, this is awesome, and I don't know if anyone has done a pony version of it. I would so love to see that, even if it's just a model. Now, this is an interesting one as well. I was able to find all but a Twilight version of it on the user's page, or at least as far as Derpy Boru was concerned. Granted, this looks kinda out there, but it's a mech for Applejack, and it kinda works. Don't know why her hair is still... Sorry, why her mane and tail are showing, but I'm not the designer, so I can't really complain. I said don't give her the keys. And you gave her another one. Why does she keep getting these? I know how she does it, but why? Seriously, Pinkie Pie and a giant mech. The world is very much afraid. A third. Who gave her a third? This is why we can't have nice things, people. The pink one gets it, and suddenly it's all fun and games until something breaks. Oh well. I can't really do much here. She has an arsenal. I think this was actually in my little portal. I'm not sure. Granted, it reminds me more of Crisis than my little portal, but who knows? This actually is kind of. Well, it's actually just nice that it's not a Pinkie Pie in a mech suit. Although Twilight in a mech suit, I'm going to have to think over that one. Final in a mech suit, however, never a bad thing. We have more base. We must. All your base belong to us. I feel old for some reason, and I don't know why. Much like the Discord and the Sunset with Adagio, this is done by the same person, and man, does it look awesome. I labeled this as Zoids because, well, it reminds me of that. Granted, it could be a plethora of other mech. But Zoids is what I refer to this image as. And it is awesome. It is so awesome. Took a while, but here's the last of them. And I like how it actually does show the transformation of the missile pods going from the back hind legs straight to the upper shoulders. It's very cool, and I enjoy it greatly. Granted, the only thing I would change about it would be a better way of explaining how that happens outside of just pods forming. Nothing wrong with it, but it is the third in a series of awesome things. And now we have the obligatory Voltron team shot. I love Voltron. I enjoyed season 1 of the newest iteration of it. I have not further gone into it because, well, I kind of just was like, oh, it's a thing. That's neat. I enjoyed it. And then the fandom happened. I found stuff that I was like, okay, I still want to see it, but people have probably spoiled it for me. So, why not? Honestly, the Fall Out Boy music video made me like it more. And to our final thing, we come cyberpunk. Yep. Hey, look! The image from the very start of the stream. Neat! And you can clearly tell the cyberpunk ones, so I don't have to explain everything or go on tirades. But yeah, we'll wind it down here. So let's have some fun with what is and what we have in store. Ah, Atom Smasher. I do believe most of us would know this from either the comics or the animation spawned from this universe. It's a very neat thing, and I enjoy the design of this. You go and see a lot of prosthetic limbs and whatnot, but it is still a very neat and concise design. Still, very good. Hey, look! This one's armed and dangerous. Yeah, I know, bad pun, but hey, it's what I got. That still, it's a very neat thing, and you can tell that they even had some work done on the eye. Very nice design, and I enjoy the look of it. This this is a BabsCon thing. I have no context for it. I thought it was neat. Also, shout out to BabsCon. Love you, BabsCon! Think you're awesome! But yeah, it is a very nice changeling design, and the fire going from orange to green. Very cool. Very cool. I haven't read Fallout Equestria, but apparently this is what happens to Blackjack. Now, granted, if you don't know who that is, give it a moment. I'll show you. But I still enjoy the look of this, and I enjoy the design, except for the blurring of the tail and that flame. It's very much drawing the eye away from everything. But hey, I'm not the artist. I'm just an observer. This is Blackjack, and one of the first times we have ever really seen anyone in the fandom do a prosthetic pony. Granted, they gave her hands, so Lyra was very much shipped with it, but it is still a very nice design and very neat look. This one was it's called Blackout. Now, I can't tell you anything about it other than it looks neat and they got robot bots. That's all I can say. But hey, life happens. You get robot bots, you change the name to Blackout. Que sera, sera. Goes on, goes on. Well, ain't she just the most adorable thing we've seen in a bit? I also believe she's from the same comic as Atom Smasher, but don't quote me because I can be wrong. Still, it is a very cute design, and I love how minimal the tech is on here, even if it is kind of a basis of her design. Very good, and I enjoy it. I don't know what happened to Miss Pamel, but something happened to her, and I will find the person that did this to her. Not the music, the turning her into a cyborg, and I will slap them across the face with my metal hand. Whatever happens, happens. No one does this to Miss Pamela on my watch. A nice combination of Equestria Girls and Pony. Also, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the mech and robot designs with this always give claws. So it's a very neat and subtle thing of these are not only tools but also used for attacking. Very neat stuff. And I enjoy the outfit that Starlight is. Dang it. it I'm calling the Twilight lookalikes by each other's names. Send help. And that joke's old. Speaking of the purple one, I'm sorry, that's just awesome. It looks like some version of the Iron Man armor, but cranked up to 11 and had Twilight's head put on it. It's just cool. It's just that cool that I don't have to explain nothing. She's more machine now than man. Or is it pony? Dang it, Star Wars, why have you led me astray? But yeah, vinyl here looks very, very cool. Granted, I wonder who did it to it, and I know of a certain man of Chester that would greatly deal with it. But still, very neat design, and I love the incorporation of electronics in it. Apparently, this is a changeling pony hybrid with a gun and is also a bit of a cyborg in cyberpunk. By the way, the watermark there, I believe, is the artist, so check out Agni, or Ag. I can't say names at the moment. I've been at this for 2.5 hours, going on 3, so a little bit tired. But I will soldier on, because I want to show you all the awesomeness that people have made. Come heck or high water. I prefer high water. I can at least swim. Again, a very nice and subtle, well, I can't really call it subtle, but a very nicely designed cyberpunk outfit, if not integration, with this pony. And granted, it is very, very cool to see the non-Pegasi have wings. Although, was she a Pegasi beforehand and just got replacements? Speaking of which, while I enjoy this design, it's not really doing much aside from having some wires and pulleys. Granted, very awesome idea and it looks nice, but the execution and for me is not all up there. In fairness, it is my opinion, it is late, and I only have a few more of these to go. So, and I don't want to keep you fine people out of any of the panels. So, to the next one we go. Huh, that's neat. Now, is it magical constructs or energy constructs? I don't know. It's cool. Guns akimbo, feeling very matrixy. Can't really tell the cutie mark, but I would not want to deal with this pony in a corner. So, either someone has a cyber infection, or this is a pony that got corrupted by something. I don't know which, but man, does it look cool. Terrifying, but cool. I have learned many a thing in my life. Never ask why someone is carrying that big a gun in that crowded space. Just keep your head down on and keep your opinions to yourself, and you'll live to see the other days. Granted, if you're the one they're looking for, I tell it out there before anything goes wrong. Because something always goes wrong. I don't know what their deal is. Someone doing something, or they were the cause of the other one's pain? Honestly, can I tell you? But I can say one thing. That man has a fabulous mustache. Look at him. Look at him and his mustache. Look at that stash. Look at it. That one right there, that one has a look that says, say one thing wrong and I'll end ya. Granted, this is a very neat, nicely drawn thing with the only color being the lenses. And that's kinda awesome. Now, are they rose tinted because she is looking to the past? Or has the past blinded her so every flag is red? I don't know. It's just cool. Another simple, but very nicely done down to earth. Here we see a horn adapter, or correction, I don't know which, along with his a robotic leg. Huh. I wonder if Tempest knows these things. Or has anyone written Tempest finding out these things? Still very neat. I swear he's not dabbing. I swear he is not dabbing. He is merely trying to get away from whatever spooked him. Would you blame him? Something spooked you and you're like, no, be gone! Shoo! Get out of here! But still, I love the wing detail there. It's very nice. Now, very much early on in chat, someone brought this up, and I agree completely. This is a very neat addition to both the show, as in lore, and as in just something that we didn't think about. For example, well, if you are to look at how they have it laid out here, it'll 3D print it, so it's all flexible and works with it. How? At this point, I'm going with magic, and I can't be convinced otherwise. It is a very neat and awesome thing, and I think everyone who designed this very much so. Also, I couldn't find Kerfluffle in the cyberpunk format, but she is also a very good addition as well. And now, for the last image, it is a very straightforward and calm thing here. Very much a cyberpunk take, and I enjoy the look of this. It's not overblown, it's not overdrawn, it is just very nice and concise. And honestly, that's all you ever want in a character's design. Something that immediately tells them what's going on. Yep. And with that, I will end my panel here and now. Oh, I would like to thank everyone for coming out and sticking around home for all my silly shenanigans and trying to get through all that. I would also like to thank the people at Ponies Online for allowing me to be on this panel, my mods for sticking it out with me. And I would like to shout out to all the awesome people that are donating to the charity, that are supporting the artists and vendors in the vendor hall, and all the awesome things we are doing this evening and the rest of the night into the day. So, well, I would humbly and sincerely thank each and every one of you, who, if I could. But I would just want to say thank you for coming to my panel, well, and thank you for sticking around through my ramblings. Was time to say goodbye, and I will wave you off as best as I can while looking dead at the camera. Thank you for coming by. Please check out all the other panels going on right now, and I will see you around the world. You can find me either here on Twitch or just search my name. You'll find me anywhere. I am also a regular on the Brony Show that happens every Monday at 8 p.m. Sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is our pre-show with our main show at 9. So I would like to thank you all for sticking around. And I will get the link out before I end the stream. And I do apologize for any outside noise. It's just life does that to you. Okay, getting the link now. Okay. I have sent out the link. So once more, I bid you all adieu as best I can, and say have a good night and the rest of your uh, con. And check out CPonyCon happening around the same time, and we'll see you all around. Bye.